Here's a reality check most men refuse to face. When a woman starts losing interest, it's rarely about you not being good enough or not loving her enough. It's about how you're showing up, how you handle the dynamic, and whether you make her feel challenged, respected, and intrigued, or the opposite. And if you make the wrong moves, you'll push her further away instead of reigniting attraction. The problem is, most men react instinctively and often in ways that kill attraction. They chase too hard, apologize too much, overtext, overexplain, or beg for attention. Every one of these moves signals neediness and desperation, and it makes a woman lose respect and eventually interest fast. Here's the thing, attraction isn't about proving yourself, it's about showing value, confidence, and control. When a woman senses that you're insecure or desperate, the spark dies. Losing her interest doesn't have to be the end. If you understand what mistakes to avoid, you can shift the dynamic, spark curiosity, and even make her start noticing you again. The goal isn't manipulation, it's self-mastery. It's about knowing which behaviors destroy attraction and which ones build it silently, without begging or over-explaining. I end this video. We're breaking down the 7 biggest mistakes men make when a woman loses interest, the ones that make it nearly impossible for her to come back. We'll also cover what to do instead, so you can maintain your confidence, create intrigue, and actually get her to like you again. If you've ever felt her pulling away and didn't know how to respond, this video is for you. Stick around, because we're going to uncover the truth about female psychology, the subtle attraction killers most men miss, and the exact mindset shifts that can make her start thinking about you in a completely new way. Welcome to the channel. Let's get into it. 1. Don't show desperation. Desperation is the fastest way to push a woman away when she starts losing interest. The moment you act needy, chase her attention, or make it obvious that her approval dictates your mood, attraction disappears. Women are naturally drawn to men who are confident, calm, and self-assured. Desperation communicates the exact opposite. Imagine this. You notice she's pulling back. Instead of stepping back and maintaining your composure, you start texting her nonstop, double texting if she doesn't reply, and sending messages like, "Why aren't you talking to me?" or "Did I do something wrong?" Each message is a signal that your sense of value depends entirely on her attention. What you think is showing you care is actually lowering her interest. Desperation also creates pressure. When a man is desperate, it makes a woman feel responsible for his emotional state. That pressure makes her pull even further away. It's a paradox. The more you try to get her back, the less she wants to engage. Attraction thrives on balance, tension, and intrigue, not on frantic attempts to regain attention. The way to handle this is simple, but it takes discipline. Step back, maintain your own routine, and let her come to you. Focus on your goals, hobbies, and friendships. The less she sees you overreacting, the more she notices your calm confidence. This doesn't just preserve attraction, it can reignite curiosity and desire. Remember, showing desperation doesn't make you more appealing. It tells her that she has control over your emotions, which is one of the fastest ways to lose her interest completely. Confidence, independence, and emotional stability are far more magnetic than constant attention-seeking. When you master this, she starts noticing the man she's been taking for granted. 2. Stop playing her game. When a woman starts losing interest, many men fall into the trap of playing her game. They try to match her silence with silence, analyze every little message, or test her reactions to see if she still cares. The problem is, this rarely works in your favor. Games may feel like strategy, but they usually communicate insecurity, frustration, or confusion. Women can sense when a man is overthinking or trying too hard to control the dynamic, and it immediately diminishes attraction. Attraction thrives on authenticity and confidence. When you play games, you're essentially telling her that her actions dictate your behavior. This gives her control, and when a woman senses control in her hands, she may lose respect or lose interest even faster. Instead of creating curiosity or intrigue, you create tension, stress, and frustration, both for her and yourself. Another issue with playing games is that it distracts you from your own life. You start obsessing over her behavior, interpreting every pause or text delay, and measuring your worth based on her responses. That kind of focus lowers your energy, makes you appear needy, and erodes the confidence that initially attracted her. The key is to stop engaging in these games entirely. Don't mirror her silence or react impulsively to perceived signs of disinterest. Stay grounded, continue living your life, and focus on what you can control, your actions, your mindset, and your self-respect. By refusing to play her game, you create a shift in the dynamic. Instead of being reactive, you become composed, confident, and unpredictable in a positive way. Women are drawn to men who are emotionally independent, stable, and secure in themselves. When you stop playing games and focus on being genuine and self-assured, attraction naturally rebuilds without forcing it. 3. Avoid constant messaging. One of the biggest mistakes men make when a woman loses interest is flooding her with messages. Sending multiple texts, calling repeatedly, or leaving constant voicemails rarely brings her closer. It pushes her further away. Women are drawn to men who have a life, confidence, and independence. Over-messaging signals the opposite, neediness and insecurity. Constant messaging also removes mystery. Attraction thrives on curiosity and tension. When you're always available, always responding immediately, and always seeking her attention, you eliminate the subtle spark that made her notice you in the first place. She starts to take your presence for granted and may even feel overwhelmed. Another problem with over-messaging is that it creates pressure. Even if she likes you, a barrage of texts makes her feel responsible for your mood. Instead of feeling intrigued or drawn to you, she may feel trapped or stressed. Pressure kills attraction faster than silence ever could. The solution is simple: quality over quantity. Send thoughtful, confident messages only when necessary, and don't expect instant replies. Keep your tone light, your messages concise, and your life busy. When you show that your happiness and focus don't revolve around her, she notices your independence. That independence sparks curiosity and attraction in ways constant messaging never can. Remember, attraction is subtle. It grows from respect, confidence, and emotional stability, not from overwhelming attention. By giving her space, maintaining your value, and resisting the urge to message excessively, you regain control of the dynamic. She starts thinking about you more, wondering what you're up to, and respecting the man who isn't desperate for her attention. 4. Don't over-explain yourself when a woman starts losing interest. One instinct men often have is to over-explain themselves. You might feel like clarifying your words, your actions, or even your intentions will fix the situation. The problem is, over-explaining rarely works. It usually makes things worse. Over-explaining signals insecurity and neediness. It tells her that your confidence depends on her understanding or approval. Women are attracted to men who are secure in themselves, who don't feel the need to justify every move. When you over-explain, you remove mystery, and mystery is one of the most powerful elements of attraction. Another issue is that over-explaining creates pressure. You're asking her to respond, understand, or forgive, which can feel like an emotional burden. Instead of feeling curiosity or attraction, she might feel obligated or overwhelmed. That pressure naturally pushes her further away. The key is to stay concise and confident. If something needs clarification, one clear, calm statement is enough. There's no need to write paragraphs or analyze your every action. Your behavior, attitude, and presence speak louder than words ever will. Keeping explanations minimal and letting your confidence shine through, you demonstrate self-respect and emotional independence. Women notice this, and it subtly reignites interest because it shows that your value doesn't hinge on her reactions. Remember, attraction isn't about convincing her, it's about showing her that you're a man with stability, confidence, and independence. Over-explaining erodes all three, while calm, measured communication strengthens them. The less you feel the need to justify yourself, the more she starts seeing you as someone intriguing, self-assured, and worth her attention. 5. Keep your confidence intact. Confidence is one of the most attractive qualities a man can have, and losing it is one of the fastest ways to push a woman further away when she starts losing interest. When men panic, doubt themselves, or show insecurity, it signals weakness and neediness, qualities that destroy attraction almost instantly. Imagine you notice she's becoming distant. Instead of maintaining your calm and confidence, you start overthinking every interaction, second-guessing yourself, or even changing your behavior to try and win her back. You might act clingy, constantly seek validation, or agree with everything she says just to avoid conflict. This type of behavior is a confidence killer, and women notice it immediately. Confidence isn't about arrogance. It's about knowing your worth and standing firm in it, even when her attention wavers. Confidence also affects how you handle silence or disinterest. A confident man doesn't panic or overreact. He stays composed and maintains control over his own life. This doesn't mean ignoring her completely or being cold. It means showing that your happiness, stability, and self-respect don't depend on her. That subtle strength is magnetic. On the other hand, losing confidence can make you do things that push her away further, over texting, apologizing excessively, or trying too hard to explain yourself. Every one of these actions is a signal that your value is dependent on her attention. The irony is that the more you panic, the less attractive you become, and the more she distances herself. So, the next time you feel her interest waning, focus on reinforcing your confidence. Engage in your life, pursue your goals, and maintain your self-respect. Show her through your actions and composure that you are a man who doesn't crumble when faced with a challenge. Confidence is magnetic, and when you hold it steady, attraction naturally reignites. 6. Don't pause your life for her. One of the biggest mistakes men make when a woman loses interest is putting their own life on hold. You stop hanging out with friends, skip activities you enjoy, or cancel plans just to focus on her. While it might feel like you're showing dedication, it actually signals neediness and lowers your value in her eyes. Attraction thrives on independence. When a man has a life filled with purpose, hobbies, friends, and goals, he appears confident and magnetic. When a man halts his own life for a woman, it shows that his happiness depends on her attention. This creates pressure and makes her less attracted to him. The less available you are, the more she notices your value and wonders what you're up to. Staying busy also protects your emotional state. Obsessing over her responses or lack thereof only fuels anxiety, insecurity, and desperation, emotions that kill attraction faster than anything else. By focusing on your life, you maintain stability, calm, and self-respect. This independence naturally draws her back because women are intrigued by men who are self-sufficient and confident. It's not about ignoring her completely. It's about balance. Engage with your friends, pursue your hobbies, and continue progressing in your personal and professional life. When you live fully, you demonstrate that you're a man with standards, priorities, and a fulfilling life, and that makes her want to be a part of it rather than controlling it. Remember, attraction grows when a man values himself and his life first. By refusing to pause your life for her, you create intrigue, respect, and magnetic energy that naturally pulls her back in. 7. Learn from your mistakes. One of the biggest reasons men stay stuck when a woman loses interest is failing to reflect on their own behavior. Many automatically blame her, assuming her fading interest has nothing to do with them. The reality is, every interaction you've had, every choice you made, and every reaction you showed shapes the dynamic. Failing to reflect keeps you repeating the same mistakes over and over. Take a step back and honestly evaluate your actions. Did you chase too hard? Over-apologize? Over-text or over-explain? Did you show desperation or let your confidence waver? Recognizing patterns isn't about blaming yourself. It's about taking control and learning how to improve. Men who fail to reflect end up reacting impulsively the next time, making the same errors that pushed her away. Reflection also gives you power over the dynamic. When you understand what behaviors hurt attraction and what builds it, you can consciously adjust. You stop being reactive and start being intentional. You maintain your composure, preserve your value, and rebuild intrigue without needing to plead or convince her. Here's a tough reality. Growth requires honesty. Many men avoid reflection because it's uncomfortable. They'd rather blame her, assume she's just not that into them, or hope things magically improve. But the truth is, the only way to truly change outcomes and regain her interest is to look inward. Learning from your mistakes is also empowering. It strengthens confidence, teaches emotional control, and helps you approach future relationships or even the same relationship with more awareness and skill. When you wake up to your own patterns, you stop sabotaging attraction and start creating it.so. Take responsibility for your side of the dynamic. Reflect honestly, adjust where necessary, and use the lessons to grow. This mindset separates men who regain attraction from men who remain stuck, frustrated, and overlooked. Here's a truth most men don't want to hear. When a woman loses interest, it's rarely just about her feelings. It's about how you handle the situation. The mistakes we've covered, showing desperation, playing games, over-messaging, over-explaining, losing confidence, pausing your life, and failing to reflect, aren't small slip-ups. They're attraction killers that quietly push her further away, often without you realizing it. The upside? Awareness gives you power. When you stop chasing, maintain your confidence, live your life fully, and reflect on your actions, you regain control over the dynamic. Women are drawn to men who are stable, self-assured, and independent. That's the energy that naturally sparks curiosity, respect, and desire. Here's a thought-provoking reality. Begging, over-texting, or trying to win her back almost always backfires. Attraction isn't about proving yourself. It's about being the man she notices for his composure, independence, and self-respect. I want to hear from you. Have you ever made one of these mistakes when a woman started losing interest? How did she respond, and what did you learn from it? Drop your experiences in the comments. I read every single one and will engage with you. Sharing your story not only helps you, but it also helps other men understand what really works when a woman pulls away. Remember, the power isn't in chasing her. It's in holding your value, living your life, and mastering your mindset. Do this, and you don't just prevent attraction from fading, you make her want to notice you again.